Welcome to My Money Map. This is a really helpful tool if you have a target net worth goal and you want to track your progress over a period of 12 months against that target net worth goal. So what you have there is just a really simple one-page calculator, and then you have your setup page. So I'll walk you through these two tabs. So you see on the My Money Map is you have a target net worth goal, and for the purposes of this example we've got a $2 million goal. And then, because this does not have to start in January, at the time of filming it is early May, and so I've simply modified the months here, and I would continue there for the 12-month period, so that would go until April next year. But whatever month you start using the tool, you just replace this line with each month as needed. For the purposes of this example, we're just starting from May, and then that would end in April. So what you have here is your target net worth goal here of $2 million. And then you have lots of options governed by your setup tab over here. Lots of options on all the things or items that may contribute to your current net worth as at the end of the month. You're looking at your position at the end of the month and you're summarizing it here on a month by month basis. So these numbers here on the left hand side, they are governed by your most recent or the very latest month that you've put items in. So let's say it's August, as at August, so whatever that month is, and as you add your data month by month by month and so forth into the 12-month period, these figures will always look at your very latest month to tell you what your current position is. And so what you have down the left hand side is you have your target net worth and your current net worth, and the gap and your assets versus liabilities. So what you have here is you have a large section where you can itemize your asset position as at the end of a month. You also have a liabilities section where at the end of every month you can list your liabilities as they stand at the end of that month. And then what this will do is it will summarize for you your total assets minus your liabilities and give you a position as at the end of that month. And you would continue adding that data at the end of every month, and then you'll see here that based on the example data that I've put into this spreadsheet, that the current net worth position is the same number here as is $729,000 here under August, and that's what we see under the current net worth. So it's always referencing the last month that you have data in. So let's say you have assets, and at the end of your very first month, so let's say this would be May, this is the position that you were in May, and if you look at your trend here, you're slowly increasing funds into your checking account. You might be increasing funds again into your retirement account, noting that things aren't always linear and they don't always go one direction. You might need to transfer funds from your checking account to pay for a liability, in which case at the end of August you might in fact have reduced the funds in your checking account, and you'll see here that your current net worth against your goal will automatically update for you. What's really helpful on the left hand side is it shows you your goal completion. Currently in this example it's 36%, and then it shows you the direction of your progress on your net worth by that little bar graph. You've got an option to put any little notes there, and you'll see there's any number of categories and subcategories to add your assets there. Similarly, you've got any number of debt subcategories. These are all driven by the setup tab. Notice on the setup tab that you can change currency depending on where you are in the world, and then here under your assets you've got you've got these large categories with lots of different subcategories, and you can add anything here where you've got blank space, or you can replace these, and they will automatically appear and modify the drop downs that you have over on your calculator page. So don't delete anything that you might need, but you can certainly add any additional that you don't find here. So you've got your assets categories, and if you scroll across, you've got any number of, you've got at least 4 major liability categories, and you can add any subcategories there. And by doing so, these will appear on your calculator here, where you want to just itemize whether it's a student loan, whether it's a boat loan, or whatever the case may be, and what your current liability is at the end of that month. So hope that is helpful to you. I hope you enjoy the money map. You're able to track against your target net worth goal what your current position is on a month by month basis, and just reinforcing that the data here on the left hand side is actually picking up the most recent data that you've entered here, because of course it's your current position that you're wanting, not so much your historical position. Thanks for using the My Money Map tool, and appreciate you watching.